In this tutorial, let us review the steps to register a Docker private registry in gopaddle. A private Docker registry is required to push a newly built container image or to pull a pre-existing container image for deployments. gopaddle supports cloud-managed registries across AWS, Google, and Azure, and registries like OVH Managed Docker Registry, Docker Managed Public and Private Hub, or a Gitlab Managed Private Registry, or a self-hosted Gitlab Private Registry. As a prerequisite, to use a cloud-managed registry from AWS, Google or Azure, we must have registered the respective cloud accounts in gopaddle. In case of gopaddle Community Edition, only Docker Managed Public and Private Hub are supported. Let us get started with registering cloud-managed Docker registries like ECR and GCR. In the gopaddle dashboard, under the registry settings, click on Add Registry. Provide a name and select the provider type, the cloud account, and the region or location. In case of Google Container Registry, you can obtain the Google Project ID from the Google Cloud Console. Select the project from the top navigation panel and copy the project ID from the projects list. In case of AWS ECR and Google GCR, gopaddle activates the registries in the selected region or location. Now, let us take a look at the steps to register an Azure ACR registry. In the case of Azure ACR, the Docker registry has to be created in the Azure portal prior to registering it with gopaddle. In the Azure portal, under Container Registries, choose the registry that you would like to use in gopaddle. Under the Overview section, choose the registry name, the resource group and the subscription ID. Under the Access Keys section, enable the Admin User option. Let us now review the steps to register a Docker Managed Private Hub. To register a Docker Managed Private Hub, select the provider type as Docker Private Hub. As a prerequisite, we need a user token to be generated from the Docker Hub. Under the Account settings, select the Security section. Generate and copy the access token. In the gopaddle portal, provide the username and the token. You must enable the Docker hosted repo option and leave the registry URL unchanged. In the Docker Hub, under Organizations, make a note of the organization which you would like to access within gopaddle. If no organization exists, then you can provide the Docker username as the organization name. To register an OVH container registry, select the provider type as Docker Private Hub. In the OVH console, click on Generate Identification Details to generate a new username and token. If you already have one, then make a note of those credentials. In the gopaddle console, provide these credentials as user and token. The Harbor API link in the OVH cloud gives the registry URL. In gopaddle Registration Wizard, make sure that the Docker hosted repo option is disabled. To get the OVH Container Registry project name, access the Harbor user interface. You can create a new project or choose a pre-existing project. Add the project name in the gopaddle Registration Wizard. To register a Gitlab managed or a self-hosted Docker registry, select the provider type as Docker Private Hub. In the Gitlab portal, select the project and the related container registries. You can find the registry URL from the instructions under the Container Registry section. Add this URL in the gopaddle Registration Wizard. Disable the Docker hosted repo option. To generate a personal access token, edit the user profile in the Gitlab portal. Under Access Tokens, enable the required scopes. Generate a new token. In the gopaddle Registration Wizard, provide the Gitlab user and the token that we generated. Make sure that the Docker hosted repo option is disabled. Get the project name from the Gitlab portal under the Container Registries section. Add the Gitlab project and click on Register. We can start using these registries to build and push Docker container images. This brings us to the end of the tutorial on registering a Docker container registry with gopaddle.